Good morning, this is Pete Anzalone and welcome to the May PubWorks webinar. Today we'll cover 5 topics that I think will help you get even more out of PubWorks Fleet. Here's a list of today's topics, and we'll start with vehicle and equipment replacement. I recently attended an APWA event in Grand Junction, Colorado, and one of the speakers was from the city and county of Denver. He was the fleet manager, runs a very large fleet. Vehicle replacement was something that was very important to him. And I thought this was very interesting because PubWorks has a number of vehicle replacement functions and reports that you can take advantage of. PubWorks vehicle and equipment replacement requires 2 steps. The first is your equipment inventory setup, and the second is running reports that will provide information as to which vehicles are due for replacement. With regard to vehicle inventory setup, 3 kinds of data are needed to make our software functions work well. These 3 types of data are categorization, especially equipment and vehicle type, and owner department, and financial parameters and replacement parameters. Let's take a look at how and where to do this. We'll get these data items set up for one of our pickup trucks, Unit 1301. Click the Fleet menu. Go down to Equipment, and then All Equipment. Click the Locate button. Type in 1301. Select 1301, a Chevy 2500 pickup. Click the OK button. First, let's look at categorization. While these are not absolutely necessary, they do provide great reporting power. Remember that the values in the drop lists are 100% user-defined. Here, we see that Unit 1301 is a pickup owned by our stormwater department. As for financial parameters, there are useful life, original cost, replacement cost, and scrap value. These support our replacement functions and reports. They also contribute to a depreciation schedule you might want to add to the vehicle record as seen here. Going back to the General Information tab, there are 2 buttons that make calculating original and replacement costs easy. For example, to calculate replacement cost, click the corresponding button here. Provide the original cost, inflation or consumer price index values. We'll go with inflation. Provide start and end years and click Calculate to produce a replacement cost value. Click the Apply button to plug this replacement cost value onto the equipment record. So for Unit 1301, we've got it categorized as a pickup truck in the stormwater division. We've got financial parameters such as original and replacement costs. We have replacement parameters like replacement miles and replacement year. We also have a depreciation schedule and odometer log records and fleet maintenance records. These will prove very useful in the reporting process. Now let's look at how to do replacement reporting. Click the Reports menu, go down to Equipment, and select Equipment Replacement Reports. Here you'll see a reporting screen with 5 report choices at the top, a group by high-level sorting control in the middle, and at the bottom a number of flexible filtering controls that you see in many of our other reporting screens. Running replacement reports is easy. Simply select the radio button at the top and then click the OK button at the bottom. But instead of looking at my entire fleet, I want to limit reporting to just my highway department pickups. So from the department's drop list, I'll select highways. And from the type drop list, I will select pickups. I also want to group results based on equipment and vehicle condition. We've set 2 filters, but there are more options available to you when it comes to report filtering. For example, these M buttons represent multiple choice settings. So for type, right now I've got a single type established as a filter, pickups, but I can do more than that. I can say I want my graders, my cars, my buses and vans all together, and we get a list selected result. I can also do exclusion. Right now I've got highways selected, but maybe I want everything but highways. So select that exclude checkbox. Then in make and model, these fields are wildcard search fields. And we can also search by or filter by model year. Okay, let's run some of these reports. Starting from the top, a simple replacement information listing. First radio button, again filtered by highway department, pickup trucks, grouped by vehicle condition. Clicking OK. Let's zoom our print preview into 125%. Notice the grouping by condition: fair, good, poor. Notice the age of the vehicle in the center with an average age summary. Also notice the replacement cost values, and the double star indicates whether or not that vehicle has exceeded its service life. The next report is replacement funding. Same grouping by equipment condition, same filtering by highway department, pickup trucks. Click OK. Zoom in. The annual replacement funding column is the amount you'd have to save annually to replace that vehicle based on its replacement cost and its estimated service life. Of particular interest should be the summary lines per group. Our next report is to show replacement candidates based on a replacement year. The replacement year is a parameter we showed how to establish earlier in the presentation. So let's make that third radio button choice. Let's set the replacement year threshold to be everything strictly less than 2016. Same grouping, same filtering, same OK button. Here the results will show a center column with the letter R in bold type that identifies the replacement candidates based on our criteria of strictly less than 2016. There's also a life-to-date maintenance column. A star will show that that vehicle's life-to-date maintenance has exceeded its original cost. That's a flag for replacement. Another flag for replacement is the double star, showing that these vehicles are or have outlived their service life. Our next report is to show replacement candidates based on whether or not they've exceeded their replacement odometer value. The replacement odometer value is a parameter we showed how to establish earlier in this presentation. So let's select this fourth radio button, keep the same grouping and filtering, same OK button. The report shows in the center a column of R's. These represent the replacement candidates. These candidates have an odometer value that exceeds their replacement odometer value. We're also showing whether or not life-to-date maintenance exceeds original cost. We're also showing whether or not these vehicles have exceeded their estimated service life with the double star on the right. Our final report is to show replacement candidates based on whether or not they're approaching their replacement odometer. This fifth radio button choice gives us that report. We can change these parameters, these threshold parameters. They're customer defined. Same grouping, same filtering, same OK button. Here the report will show us replacement candidates and those that are approaching replacement candidate ship, if you will. So the R is a strictly replacement candidate. The A means that they're approaching. The parameters that we use to drive that calculation are up here in the upper left. And at the bottom edge of the report is a key that describes what these abbreviations stand for. Our last segment on vehicle replacement takes us back to Unit 1301, that Chevy 2500 pickup we looked at earlier. Let's close this reporting screen. Click the Fleet menu, go down to Equipment, out to All Equipment. Let's locate 1301. Double click on the row for the Chevy 2500. And there's our pickup truck Remember, for 1301, we have a depreciation schedule here and a wealth of fleet maintenance repair data here. Based on these two sources of data, maintenance repair costs and depreciation, we can look at a chart that tells us when to replace the vehicle. So down here near the bottom center is a button called Chart. Click it, and this chart will appear, where the blue line representing value of the vehicle, net asset value of the vehicle, and the red line, maintenance costs, where these two lines intersect, suggest when that vehicle should be replaced. This one shows that it should have been replaced perhaps in 2010. That wraps up our first fleet maintenance topic for today. Our next topic will cover fleet work orders as invoices. If you have any questions or comments, or have any software support or service needs, please contact our help desk using this information. Thank you.